Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Good afternoon, family. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope you had a beautiful weekend, and karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Africa Today Show. My name is Joby. To those who are here for the first time on all our YouTube channels, the radio, Spreaker, Spotify, karibuni. Today we're going to be continuing, of course, with the same discussion of what has been happening between Iran, America, and Israel. I've seen over the weekend we had massive demonstrations. We're going to be starting with that. Massive demonstration from literally the people in the States, and them calling out Trump. That Trump must go. I think Ruto must go has now turned into Trump must go. So karibuni sana. We're going to be starting with that. Looking at also the new AI videos that Iran has released. There's a couple of videos. There's a part 2 of the loser jam that we were playing last week. Then we also have, of course, Iran, which had given America till today. This is 30th of March. That is until 12 p.m. For them to condemn the bombing of the Iranian universities. I think it hinted a little bit of that on what is happening, how they've bombed universities, schools, which is super, super crazy. So we're going to be talking about that and so much. Karibu sana, Jason. Hope you're doing great today. And welcome to today's conversation. Hope you had a beautiful weekend and a restful one, or however you got to spend it. I hope you did enjoy. Karibuni once again. Let me start with this video here of what is happening, and then I'm gonna cue the rest as we continue. So this is the massive demonstration where hundreds of people actually turned out in the street. I shared the wrong one, sorry. Turned out in the street saying that Trump must go. So let me restart it actually very quickly if you don't mind.
Of America, you grabbing pedophile, we hate you.
I'm here in Boynton Beach, Florida. One of the No Kings rallies just wrapped up. I spoke to a number of the protesters who were here. This is what they had to tell me. What is it that brought you out here today?
The lack of democracy, the lack of respect for us, the lack of this war is ridiculous.
Our president is above the law, doesn't have to answer for anybody, just does what he pleases. And I think that he's going south, and I mean that in a mental capacity.
You see this crowd? It goes down. Thousands of people are on these 4 blocks right here. You got to stop, or at least say what I have to say about Donald Trump, which is he's got to go, brother. He's killing us.
I want to bring my own thing, bring my guitar and play some music, and people have been singing along. And I think we all recognize that this is a transitional phase in this country's history, and we have to stand up for.
Get the out of America, you grabbing pedophile. We hate you.
I'm here in Boynton Beach, Florida. One of the No Kings.
Okay, so those are just a few. Let me cue a couple more from TikTok, because TikTok should be able to give us the massive, in a drone mode, how people turned out in different places, including New York. We had Chicago, Washington, D.C., and all those cities. Literally, people turned out in numbers demonstrating against Trump and saying he must go because of what he's doing. Yeah, so this is in Philadelphia, if I'm pronouncing correctly, Washington, D.C., Chicago, we have New York City, San Diego, and Boston. Boston? Yeah.
US Capitol this March is one of more than 3,000 events happening right across the country, with millions of Americans taking a stand against the US president and the Trump administration.
He's acting completely against our Constitution and our Congress and our rules.
From coast to coast, there were demonstrations. Organisers of the No Kings event saying it's a rally against the authoritarian overreach of Donald Trump. Protesters holding signs demanding action on a range of issues, from releasing the Epstein files to abolishing ICE and withdrawing from the war in Iran.
So many things that have been so shocking and upsetting in the last year and a half or so. I mean, since Trump took office again, I'm just appalled.
Trump said he'd make America great again. Do you think that's happened?
No, I think he's done the exact opposite.
Among those in attendance, celebrities. Robert De Niro speaking in New York and Bruce Springsteen performing at a flagship rally in Minnesota, a state that's been a flashpoint of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown.
We'll take our stand for this land and the stranger in our midst.
This is the third No Kings event, and it's the largest yet.
We have some big news right now. Check out San Francisco right now. Look at this human formation that has been formed on the beaches of San Francisco. A truly historic moment. You have tens of thousands of people. Trump must go now. No ICE, no wars, no lies, no kings, and then about 100 or so holding the American flag upside down to protest what is happening right now in our nation. Once again, a lot of people say, what is this going to do? This isn't going to do much. But look at that community. Look at those organizers building. Look at that First Amendment right being exercised. It's an amazing scene to witness. I'm seeing all of your pictures, your video that you guys are sending. Tens of thousands of people in some protests, over 100,000 people in like the flagship protests like St. Paul, and another one in Boston. So it's a pretty historic day. We're going to get final numbers from organizers soon, and once we do, I will let you know. As always, spread the word, subscribe to support my work, link in bio. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. I'll have another up.
Yeah, as we continue, karibu sana Kit.
Asante sana. What the hell was he talking about?
We're sharing a video showing about the demonstrations that took place during the weekend, where we had the No Kings demonstration.
Oh, No Kings. It was all over the country. Yeah, I didn't see that shit on no news channel. I'll tell you that. It was pretty big in all these different cities across the United States, from DC to LA to Chicago to New York to Philadelphia. I ain't heard nothing about it until yesterday. Like, what? When did this go on?
Yeah, people turned out in massive numbers telling Trump he's a pedophile and shouldn't be a president. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he must go. Literally, it's from Ruto must go to Trump must go. And these are the videos I'm sharing currently.
Man,
the King's demonstration taking.
Yeah, they won't be able to survive trying to steal it for his ass. Won't be able to try to survive it. He's got to go. Sadly enough, it doesn't make a difference because the Democrats are sponsored by the same cats with the hat. He'll get in and the war will continue. That's got to be told him. They're going to have to lock him. They're going to impeach. They're going to have to lock him up to try to get some kind of credibility back. He's used as Trump is used as a fallen lamb. He did their bidding, but of course, when they're done with the tool, they break it, right? He's a tool. They're going to break him and throw his ass in prison, let him go crazy up in there talking to the walls or something, but they're going to have to lock his ass up. But that doesn't stop the people that still run the plan. It doesn't stop the Rothschilds. Democrats are still saying people sucking Rothschild penis, so nothing's going to change. Whole system's got to come down. Whole rotten banking system. So sadly enough, to really change things, which Iran doesn't want to do, but it'll hurt all of us. We'll all be broken, fucked up. I couldn't pay nobody over in Africa. But the only way things would change if Iran says fuck it and decides we're going to destroy the whole world economy. We're going to take all of it down. If you take all of it down, Rothschilds lose, and then they're going to be gutted like a fish. Once everybody's money gone, all this fake paper has no more availability to be spent as money. Oh boy, Everything changed, but it'll put everybody in Mad Max. Survival. I won't be able to make it to Africa. All the planes will be gone. No planes, no nothing. Everything stops for years. People be picking up the pieces for years. But go ahead, Joe.
Manhattan, some people told us why they're here today.
There's a lot of animosity towards this administration, and I think people feel a little rudderless. So events like this bring a coalition of people that have maybe some shared resentment, but also key issues that they care about.
I'm here because I can't express how much I hate Donald Trump. And I think that he's just ruining our country.
Demonization of internal enemies, glorification of violence and cruelty, appeals to a mythical past and racial superiority, intolerance of dissent, and unquestioned allegiance to the leader.
Who are you talking about?
Let me think. Our president.
I've studied history. We've never had a leader that was so indifferent and so immoral to the concerns of the average person.
We have to show out, as we're doing today, in record numbers to say, this is not okay with us.
I think a lot of people are just really angry. I mean, they're angry at the economy. They're angry at the Epstein file cover-up. They're angry that we're at war right now and Donald Trump is golfing. It's a betrayal of the American
He's golfing.
people.
What?
We have some big news right now. What you're watching,
Yeah, he's golfing.
this is No Kings.
He's always golfing. He always go. He's over golfing. He ain't give a shit about you guys. A psychopath.
Wow.
Don't care nothing about what's going on. Yeah, he's golfing.
They protest in one of the deepest red areas in all of Florida, the Villages. This was captured by the Bulwark, this video, and it shows hundreds, thousands of seniors coming out to protest Donald Trump, to protest the Trump administration. And it comes on a pretty historic day in America where we're expected to have potentially over 9 million protesters come out and make their voices heard. The Villages, if you don't know, is a deep, deep red area. This is an area that voted for Donald Trump, voted for Ron DeSantis, voted for Republican presidents.
Pause. Okay, I told you guys whenever I'm going to a place called the Villages. Villages is a community of old white people that live in Central Florida. It's a big old area that they just started building houses for old retired white people. Moved down, so it's very racist, very white enclave. So it sits right outside of Orlando. You might start in Lakeland and it goes all the way a little bit south of Ocala. So it's a huge development of old white people, old racist ass white people in Florida. So, because I remember I was talking to you guys, that was last summer, damn time, bro. Last summer, I ain't been that part of the village. The Villages is huge. And I was going to a new place. I said, damn, they got a new hospital and new grocery store, some other shit out here. And I was at one part of it when they built them a brand new hospital. I mean, they got a bunch of hospitals. They all old white people around there. But there's another new one. I said, damn, another new hospital out there. But anyway, I just want to give you some context of where it's located at. It's in the central part of Florida. Like I said, a little bit west of Orlando. It's just between Orlando and south of Ocala. So it's like a whole little region of our racist enclave of old white racists. Go ahead, Joe.
Governors, senators, you name it. But right now, they're making their voice heard, and they're showing up. And what the big thing here is, if you're driving down these streets in the Villages, this is what you're seeing. So if you're a Republican, you're driving down, you're seeing this. If you're a Democrat, you're seeing this. If you're an independent, you're seeing this. And it just goes on for miles and miles and miles. I'll have more updates for you soon. Like I said, I wish I was out there with y'all. I'm covering this, but I'm with my new daughter.
Now to those No Kings protests across the country. Music legend Bruce Springsteen performed at the flagship demonstration in St. Paul, Minnesota. Millions attended rallies across the nation voicing their opposition to the Trump administration's policies. Organizers say it was the largest single day of nonviolent protests in modern American history.
I know, and it was on no TV. Because I ain't heard nothing about this shit. Until like some people say, I was at the No Kings. The No Kings, what the fuck is that? It was that big in all these cities across the country. I ain't seen none of it. What the fuck is no king? What the fuck is that? Go ahead.
Across the country, from New York, Dallas to San Francisco, millions of people out for the No Kings protests. No ICE in our streets! Demonstrators calling out President Donald Trump and his administration's policies. In Minnesota, Bruce Springsteen performing Streets of Minneapolis.
On the streets of
The state's governor calling out the Trump administration for going too far with their immigration crackdown.
When democracy itself seems to be at risk, it was Minnesota who said, not on our watch.
Organizers say
we said we gotta get a bunch of inbred head niggas up there. That's what they said. The Somalis.
Rallies on Saturday marked the largest single-day demonstration in the nation. And it's not just big cities. Smaller municipalities, including Buffalo, New York, saw demonstrators taking to the streets.
It's time to speak up. I don't want to be a bystander to this.
Out west, crowds marched down the streets of San Diego. And in Los Angeles, there was isolated violence. Federal law enforcement deploying what appeared to be tear gas. Outside a federal detention center, police ordering dispersals. The LAPD arresting 75 people.
Lindsay, President Trump has not commented on these latest rounds of protests. Now, last fall, Trump did say he is not a king. Lindsay?
Melissa.
Very crazy. He is not a king indeed, because he doesn't even know what he's doing. And that's what most of the people are saying based on the videos I've found during this weekend from Instagram, TikTok. Most of the people are calling him actually a moron. You know,
he's a moron. He's a moron. That's what he's doing. And the sad fact with Trump, he's put himself, he put yes men around him. So Trump may not even know what the fuck is even going on, because the people that are advising him, he doesn't want anybody to come tell him the truth. So he's got people just lying to him. So that's why he says a lot of crazy shit that's not true. Is this dude got dementia or something? No, he just wants people to tell him what he wants to hear around him. So, which is dangerous, especially when you started a war. You know what's going on. And like I said, with that's why I labeled this the propaganda that Iran is doing is excellent. And you guys see the new video? There's they put out so many new ones, not new no more. But the new one they put out Friday or Saturday, they got Malcolm X in there. They got the American Indians, not you pretending niggas. Got the American Indians. They got all the atrocities that all these white people have done, wiping out people, assassinating, killing people. They got the American Indian. They got Malcolm X over there. They got the girls from the Epstein files. They got the Vietnam War where we went and killed Vietnamese people. They got the Japanese who we blew up. They got the Koreans who we blew up. Hey. So they got a whole thing. Go ahead, Joe. What now?
They dropped a loser truck too.
I ain't seen that one yet.
There's this one, loser truck too.
The new Lego diss track, and I got the whole clip for you. Watch this shit.
Sir, Iranians have released a new Lego-style animation.
Iran has released part 2 of their video titled Vengeance for All, where they show all the victims of U.S. imperialism that Iran is fighting for.
Yeah, do that one.
You can see
look up for the Vengeance for All. the vengeance called, so the video Vengeance for All, with this guy not talking. They show the whole video, and it's got Malcolm X words. Oh, it's got the girls from the Epstein files. They got all America's heinous ass crime.
The U.S. are shown here one by one. They press the button that detonates the missiles that Iran is sending. You have.
Then they got the black American. Got the black. Also got the black American slaves too. That's the slaves. It's got Malcolm X. Go ahead, Joe.
Corey, Afghanistan, Vietnam, Iraq.
Yeah, Afghanistan.
X-Way, children of Gaza, of course, Epstein Island and their victims, the children of Minab in Iran, and one by one, they're all launching the missiles that Iran is.
Sorry, Martin Luther King. They knew you was a con man. They don't got you in there, MLK. Sorry, Martin Luther King. They don't got your con man ass in there. They got Malcolm X, but not your ass. Go ahead.
You have for the stolen black people, for the victims of the atomic bomb, Vietnam, of course. Then you see Rachel Corrie, who was, of course, unalived by the Israelis using a bulldozer. The families of Afghanistan see a destroyed White House. The victims of Iran's Air Flight 655, which was shot down by the U.S. Children of Gaza, of course. You also see Malcolm X, who's an icon in Iran.
Malcolm X is a global icon. And that's our Malcolm X is our Black Out Fire Network symbol. I knew when I picked him years ago, I was picking the right man, not MLK. Sorry, niggas. Go ahead.
Children of Minab who were hit on the first day of the war, the children and the victims of Epstein Island, and one by one you see Hollywood crumble, the dollar crumble, the F-35s crumble, the Hollywood. You had the THAAD air defense system and statues of Netanyahu and Trump being destroyed by the victims of U.S. imperialism. And then the video ends with the title, One Vengeance for All.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Yeah, you find out where that whole video is at. See that video? They put everybody up in there, boy. Everybody but the kitchen sink. America's always hated this wicked ass country. Yeah, there it goes. You go American Indians, they massacred and killed. So we gotta go find the river. I'll just keep going. Okay, there it goes. I'll just keep going back.
I was trying to zoom for you guys to see it clearly, but.
Oh, okay. I don't know if they were doing Iran's propaganda game, but they're on point. I don't know who's in charge of Iran's propaganda game, but this shit's on point. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
All right, that's it. That's it. So, but not to get confused, guys. You know, I was trying to look at everything on a spiritual level. What are we looking at here? And so, as I was meditating last night,
Did you lose Keith? Okay, I think we lost Keith for a minute. But shout out to everyone with us on the chat. Shout out to Jerome Mosquito, Jiba Jabba. Shout out to you. Hope you guys are doing amazing. 10 speed. Hope you had a beautiful weekend. And karibuni sana. As we wait for Keith to come back, I'm going to share these other videos of the people talking about Trump not understanding what he's doing. As we wait for him.
The next thing will be Trump destroying the power plants, and that then would cause an energy crisis inside the country.
Well, I mean, who knows what Trump actually wants to do? I mean, who knows why Trump did this in the first place, right? I don't think even Trump knows really why he did this. And that is the difficulty with dealing with Donald Trump. He is incredibly erratic. He's very driven by self-interest. He's episodic. You know, he changes his mind in the moment, depending on what the last person in the room said to him. So it's very difficult to deal with Donald Trump. I think the issue here is that clearly Trump wants an off-ramp. He wants to get out of this. This is way beyond what he thought was going to happen. He was lulled into a false sense of security by going into Venezuela and kidnapping Maduro, and he thought it'd be easy to decapitate the Iranian regime and the Iranian people would rise up. Well, it turns out it's not that easy. He's left an awful mess. His European allies aren't backing him. He's going to suffer in the midterms when the prices go up at the pumps. I mean, he's absolutely messed this up beyond,
But Zoe, don't you think something had to be done about Iran, where they hang women for showing their hair, where they shoot 40,000 of their own people? The Western civilized world had to do something about that.
You do not need to tell me about the brutality of the Iranian regime. I'm fully familiar with that. I understand how oppressive it was. Like what we saw recently, where they clamped down on their own people, murdering them in the hospitals. Yes. Extraordinary levels of tyranny. But just to decide that you just want to go in flagrant breach of international law with no clear plan for what you wanted to achieve, no clear exit ramp, grabbing the rest of the world in behind you, is such a failure of our international order. It is bullying and tyrannical in itself. And I think it's extraordinary that Trump has done that.
Morning PSA. Trump has no idea how to get himself out of this freaking war situation, and he is looking for an off-ramp in any way possible. I wouldn't even put him past him to put a health issue in front of it just to get out of it. Anyways, fuck ICE.
Donald Trump just did an exclusive interview with NBC News and gave updates on the war in Iran, and it doesn't seem like this war is ending anytime soon. So first and foremost, he said he doesn't want to make a deal. Quote, Iran wants to make a deal, and I don't want to make it because the terms aren't good enough yet. He said, adding that any terms have to be very solid. When asked what the terms of a potential deal to end the war would be, he said, "I don't want to say that to you." On the closure of the Strait of Hormuz by Iran, Trump said that he's asking numerous countries that are affected by the thuggery of Iran to help secure the strait. He said that several countries have committed to helping secure the strait, but declined to name any of them. He added, quote, "They've not only committed, but they think it's a great idea," but still won't tell us which countries he's referencing. He also questioned whether Iran's new supreme leader is even alive after he did not appear on camera to issue his first statement as Iran's leader on Thursday. He said, quote, "I don't even know if he's alive. So far, nobody's been able to show him. I'm hearing he's not alive, and if he is, he should do something very smart for his country, and that's surrender." But he called the news of his death a rumor. And he said more in this interview, but number one, he obviously has no idea what he's doing. Number two, he's lying about deals being in place. And number three, he has no interest in ending this war anytime soon.
Yeah, it goes back to the advices. The people giving him advice actually are lying to him and giving him a lot of propagandas about what Iran is doing or how they're being affected by this. He clearly has no information about what is happening.
So I will keep you folks updated, but that's where Donald Trump is, apparently.
If it is found that survivors were actually killed while clinging onto that boat, should Secretary Hegseth, Admiral Bradley, or others be punished?
I think you're going to find that this is war, that these people were killing our people by the millions, actually, if you look over a few years. I think last year we lost close to 300,000 people were killed.
This is a different one, I think, from the 2024.
Donald Trump and his regime's desperate attempts to manipulate the American people on this war with Iran simply isn't working. Folks, let me break something down for you. Just last year, Donald Trump came out before the American people and stated that the U.S. had totally obliterated Iran's nuclear capabilities and had ridded them of their nuclear fissile material. But this war that we are currently waging against Iran is because they still possess nuclear fissile material. Not only that, Donald Trump has said to the media that this war is essentially complete.
My internet is buffering. So apologies. It's a little
bit.
Damn.
Second Airborne. Donald Trump and his regime's desperate attempts to manipulate the American people on this war with Iran simply isn't working. Folks, let me break something down for you. Just last year, Donald Trump came out before the American people and stated that the U.S. had totally obliterated Iran's nuclear capabilities and had ridded them of their nuclear fissile material. But this war that we are currently waging against Iran is because they still possess nuclear fissile material. Not only that, Donald Trump has said to the media that this war is essentially complete. But the 82nd Airborne Division is en route.
Are you kidding me? Damn, my internet is buffering, so I apologize about that. It's a little bit slow, but we shall come back to him. Let me leave it there. Let's see.
What we're witnessing right now is the fact that, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said the other day he's been waiting 40 years to launch this attack. And he finally found an American president in Donald Trump who was stupid enough and reckless enough to do it. The Trump administration has no plan. They've never had a plan. Their rationales shift day to day. They have no end game. What we're witnessing here is an administration that has put American lives at risk. We've lost 7 service members, many more wounded.
This is not just Americans. This is affecting, literally, it's going to be affecting so many people, so many countries. It's not just Americans or America. This is going to be a global effect. Already, it's happening. The fuel prices are skyrocketing. We can see Kenyans, I've seen Kenyans already like panic buying the fuel and all that. The prices of gas is supposed to be going up. Kerosene, you guys call kerosene gas, but gas, we also have the gas. Yeah, so the price is also skyrocketing. So this is not just Americans. I had yesterday, actually, when I was walking on the street, a Kenyan was complaining, saying, man, this is all Trump's fault. The fact that things are already starting to skyrocket, this is all Trump's fault. Literally, there's nobody else to blame. This is Trump's dumbass decision, and the advisors, the people around him who are giving you advice.
Many civilians killed, Iranian civilians, including school kids, and they can't tell the American people what this is all about. This is making our country less safe. They've taken the lid off Pandora's box and unleashed forces that they have no plan to deal with.
Donald Trump's dementia will not let him connect the dots between the fact that he gets 2 to 3 minute videos of, hey, here's what's going on in the war. And that doesn't mean that that's everything going on in the war. Now, this video does not have any clips of Donald Trump himself. You do not have to listen or watch him. So please stick around. It has come out that Donald Trump has been getting briefings on the war in Iran, and that they are videos mostly of blowing shit up. So just dropping bombs, 2 to 3 minutes, here you go. There is nothing else. And that the media is the one that is coming out and informing him of things that are not.
And remember, Donald Trump has till today, I think midnight. I don't know if it was midnight, but one of the two. That is, today is the deadline for him to condemn the bombing of Iranian universities, which I'm going to be sharing after. As we continue.
Just successful target strikes. And then he turns around and he blames the media. He says, why won't you cover the good stuff? Why are you covering that? This is a problem, blah, 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 blah. He cannot connect the dots between the fact that he is only getting 2 to 3 minutes of a video. The media is portraying something else, and that maybe it's not the media who's the one with the problem. Maybe it says his administration is hiding things from him because he has dementia, because he can no longer hold secrets, and because they don't want him having all of the information to make decisions. He just gets to go out there and say, we're winning the war, we've won the war, we're still at war, but we've already won the war. Wait, we can't call it a war because that would look bad. So it's a military excursion. Yeah. Welcome to something called deductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning is your brain's ability to take different pieces together, connect the dots, and then to come up with a conclusion or a solution. So he is given information, he gets information from elsewhere, and instead of being able to successfully go, it seems weird that for an entire war, I'm only getting 2 to 3 minute snippets, and it's just basically me watching what looks like a video game. Yep, hit, great. And that there's no negatives to this war whatsoever. And how dare that left-wing media talk about negative things in this war. So welcome to Dementia Donnie.
Dementia Donnie. No, it's not the Donnie. The Dookie what? Can't remember.
You're talking about Dookie Booty?
Yeah, it's no longer Dookie Booty Night, it's Dementia Donnie, you know? Call it Dementia Donnie. But yeah, it's like you were saying something about looking at this on a spiritual level before I get to share.
Yeah, I was trying to get it from a spiritual level. So what I was thinking is, so you guys remember Albert Pike, right? And how everything's always deep. Everything's not what it looks like, right? Everything comes from a spiritual level. And so, remember, all this was already foretold 200 years ago, right? With Albert Pike, and they said that what the First World War was going to be, what the Second World War was going to be, and what the Third World War was going to be what? They said in the Middle East, between Iran, these other factions. And so what I'm telling everybody to understand, but you might understand, remember, these are soulless beings, right? These are soulless beings. So being soulless beings, right? Being soulless beings, that means they're not They're on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? These beings exist on autopilot. They don't have an internal monologue. Internal dialogue. They're controlled. So we go through life thinking everybody's like a human being like us. And that's just not true. That's just not factual. Everybody's not a goddamn human being like us. So everybody's not a human being like us. These people are programmable, right? These people are programmable, right? So with these people being programmable, that's how they can like we say, predict the future, because there's an entity controlling these people. They're being controlled from unseen forces that maneuver things the way they want to do in the time period they want them to happen, right? They maneuver things in the time period they want these things to happen. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Excuse me. That's what I'm saying. Everything. When we say, well, how do they know all this stuff? How they know to start World War II and now they know what World War III is. But if you got entities that you created and control, they're already soulless beings. They run on autopilot. Right? So shit is beamed into their heads to just have these things start happening because they're not you human beings. They're just soulless bags of twigs, as ancestors called them. Right? It is soulless bags of twigs. And so that's what we're seeing. I want you to put us up real quick, Joe. We say Albert Pike
on TikTok.
They say on TikTok, on YouTube, either one. Say Albert Pike says that that World War III will be in the Middle East. Say Albert Pike, ALBERT So we know we're dealing with the same Freemasonry, cat with the hat type shit. Remember, so Albert Pike said that the war. Remember, he talked about each war itself, all of them, right? He talked about every war, where it would start from, who would be involved each time.
Thank you, John Mosquito. Got it. I have the spelling correct.
Albert Pike?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm about to reveal to you will blow your mind. Y'all said this letter was fake, but does anybody remember Albert Pike's letter to Mazzini in 1871, outlining the 3 world wars? Because what I'm about to show you behind me is going to blow your mind. So I want to start with
don't blow you. Exactly. It's going to blow your mind. The Third World War, all these wars they predicted. I said, but nah. See, I always meditate and ask true God to send me information. And it always goes back to everything. I say, oh, okay. They're not predicting. They're not predicting shit. They're making it happen because these are soulless beings that this motherfucking demiurge controls from behind the scenes, that put these actions into fruition. That's what we're dealing with. Go ahead, Joe.
Or misformatted by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and leaders of the Islamic world.
You say talking to the Zionists. See, we think people are human beings. They're not. These motherfuckers walk among us, but they're humanized animals without souls. They're soulless beings, controlled by a motherfucker that you cannot see. Go ahead, Joe.
the way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other.
Remember, there was no Islam then. Was no Zionist then. Was no state of Israel then. You're not gonna create the state of Israel. Remember, this before the state of Israel didn't even exist yet. He's writing this back in 1870, some shit. State of Israel don't become a country until 1947, 48. See? Go ahead, Joby.
Y'all can pause to read. I can keep going, but what I'm gonna do is move over to the side so y'all can read the 3 world wars, and y'all tell me how fake this letter was. Because what he said about the 3rd World War, and I read this article or this letter about 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. And it's playing out today exactly how he said it would. But y'all read it. Give me a second. Let me move out the... Go ahead, read it. Read as much as you can. Pause to read. Go ahead. Y'all said it was fake. Same way y'all said with those files by that man on that island. Tell me what y'all think.
Bro, the videos that are coming out from Gaza and what's currently taking place, what's been taking place over there are so heartbreaking. It's so sad. Just try to, for a moment, put yourself in their shoes and imagine being in that situation, having your loved ones constantly under fire, constantly under threat. And the situation was supposed to be within a ceasefire, but it's not. And the Lord has put it upon my heart to speak about this and to warn everybody else who's watching from the sidelines. Like
not the Lord put it upon your heart.
I made a video about this guy and this quote right here the other day. I also made a video about this when I first started this channel. It was my 2nd video I ever made. Didn't get much views. That's okay. This one might not either. But for a moment, we're going to revisit this. Go ahead and pause and read, please. Guys, as heartbreaking and as catastrophic as what's going on over there in Gaza right now is, it's not going to stop. If you don't know who this guy is, maybe scroll through my page, maybe look him up. I'll put his name right here. I won't say it. I don't want to get flagged or anything. Go and do some research on this guy. This guy spoke about the First and the Second World War from the 1800s. He's a part of a secret club. He spoke about the First and the Second World War, said exactly what the end product of those wars would be. Well, go figure. Everything he said that would happen from the First and the Second World War did happen. And it's because it's not a prediction. It's not a prophecy, but rather it's a plan, a blueprint. And the Bible tells us in the last times what we can expect to see these wars, these rumors of wars. And this guy, he doesn't follow the Bible. No, he works for the other team. Over here in America, while we still have peace, we really don't have any room to be complaining. I am deeply grieved and sad, and I'm burdened with sorrow for those who are over there suffering, little children, and those families, those mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters. Jesus is coming soon, guys.
He the only Confederate soldier that
Jesus is coming soon, guys. No, he's not. I mean, SpongeBob ain't real.
Got a statue of outside of DC is Albert Pike, the Freemason.
And why again?
Because of them historical stuff that they talking about in some milk now, that what he said was gonna happen.
Oh, he predicted it.
Yeah.
He predicted. He's saying like that's the plan. Like they got
that's what they gonna do, and then and all those plans. That's why. That's just bullshit. He was too right on court for the first one. He was too right on for the second one, and now we got the third one, and he's right on. Man, like God damn, the knowledge. That's what it was.
While Israel and Iran are going at it, let's not forget what this gentleman right here said way back in the 1800s. A third world war will occur between the political blank and the leaders of the blank world. You got to read it. The war must be conducted in such a way that blank, the blank, and political blank, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations,
remember that's what's going on right now. They're destroying each other. So that's how I got the down. I'm like, what am I fucking missing here? You know, I talk about this all the time. So I talk about so much shit, I forget the shit I've talked about, right? So I'm sitting there meditating. What's the spiritual what's the spiritual foundation behind this? I'm like, that's it. That's it. So you got them mutually destroying each other. See, and we're like, oh man, this is prophesied 200 years ago. How they know, how they do it? Because this fucking thing guy is immortal, right? The demiurge is immortal. So remember, these are soulless beings. So he can beam any kind of damn information into these fucking avatars he wants to. Okay? You understand it? So they can, any outcome they want, at what time they can do. You be like, oh, is it Jesus coming back? No, moron. It ain't Jesus. It's the demiurge and the soulless beings that he created. Now, well, what measure are they doing this for? Of course, we know everything's harvesting energy, but I haven't been able to look at what's the deeper meaning behind it. But now I know why this is happening. Why this was told it was going to happen just like this 200 years ago. And what is this about? You know, so how they knew that there was going to be Israel, because the demiurge was going to create the shit with these soulless motherfuckers. So that's what we're looking. So don't think that any of this is an accident. All right, that anybody's prophesizing some shit and you sitting in a closet waiting for a white motherfucker with a dirty robe to come walking out the sky. Jesus return, y'all. So, I don't know if this is going to be a scam yet or what's going on, but I know where it's coming from. It's the demiurge who created World War I, World War II. All these people you see in this matrix that you think are human beings, they are not. They're soulless beings. They do not have an inner dialogue. It is soulless entities. So they just walk around here, you know, shit, but this entity beaming shit all into their fucking head. These are all mostly all your white, all the wicked shit they do. That's these motherfuckers. They're soulless beings. As your ancestors called them thousands of years ago. Soulless beings. But go ahead, Joe.
On this issue will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. I made a video about this guy. This was my second video I ever made on this page last year when Israel and Iran was going at it. Now, I blanked out some of the words because I want this video to reach people so that they can understand that we're following a script. Guys, Bible prophecy is going to happen whether you want it to or not. And you have men like this who have existed throughout centuries, a part of a secret order. I know I sound crazy. And this is for entertainment purposes only. The secret order I'm talking about is the Templar Order on Assassin's Creed, the video game. I am not talking about anything realistic, but follow me. Men like him have existed for hundreds of years, carefully guiding and also going along with history as God's prophecies have it. They've been capitalizing on such things, and this is how the beast system will ultimately rise order out of chaos. Guys, share this video, please, because like I said, I made a video about this. This is my second ever post on this page. It was last year around April, and I need people to understand that this is a script. Okay, mind you, this same guy accurately predicted the First and the Second World War. Go ahead and look him up. The name will be listed right here, right here. God bless you. Be praying. Jesus is coming soon. We live in the end times. It's great days we live in, and time is short. Okay, it's time for us to get our heads out of the sand. Pause and understand all these goofy Christians that don't know shit. They don't know the Bible, know where it came from. They keep talking about the end. It's not called. They keep talking about the end days, in the days, and no, dummies. Let me get it. Okay, you guys are reading the English translation. Okay, your King James translation is wrong. Okay, your translation is wrong. I told you it's called the end of an eon. Not the end of the world. But you morons don't know that because you're not studied. You just grown up with somebody giving you a book and goofy religion. The end of an eon, not the end of the world. End of an eon. Jesus Christ. End of an eon, which means age. It's the end of an age. Not the end of the world.
See, Jesus is coming. It's the end of the world. No, it's not.
It's revelation. It's rapture, baby. It's time for rapture.
Yes.
Albert Pike.
End of an age. End of an age, not world.
Colorful characters in American history. It is said that he was born on December 29th, 1809 in Boston, and later served as Brigadier General of the Confederate Army. After the Civil War, Pike was found guilty of treason and jailed, only to be pardoned by President Andrew Jackson on April 2nd, 1866, who met with him the next day at the White House. On June 20th, 1867, Scottish Rite officials conferred upon Johnson 32nd degree Freemasonry degrees. Pike was said to be a genius, able to read and write 16 languages. He was one of the founding fathers of the head of the ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, being the Grand Commander of North America Freemasonry from 1859, and retained that position until his death in 1891. In 1869, he was the top leader of the Knights of the Ku Klan.
But Klan, of course, the Ku Klux Klan. And if you don't know who controls the Freemason shit, you know it's the cats with the motherfucking hats, not the motherfucking Orsini family either.
Pike was said to be a Satanist who indulged in the occult, and he apparently possessed a bracelet which he used to summon Lucifer, with whom he had constant communication. He was the Grand Master of a Luciferian group known as the Order of the Palladium.
When they talk about the Lucifer, they're talking about the demiurge, guys. They're talking about the demiurge. Remember, that's the demiurge that they able to talk to behind the scenes. That's the demiurge guy.
Council of Wisdom, it's also been called, which had been founded in Paris in 1737. Now, General Albert Pike was the only Confederate general with a statue on federal property in Washington, D.C. He was honored not as a commander or even as a lawyer, but as Southern Regional Leader of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. The statue stands on a pedestal near the foot of Capitol Hill between the Department of Labor building and the Municipal building between 3rd and 4th Streets on D Street Northwest. Now, I tell you all of this because it is said that he received a vision from his mentor, Mr. Lucifer, I guess, on August 15th, 1871. And William Guy Carr, former intelligence officer in the Royal Canadian Navy, wrote a book called Satan, Prince of this World, in which he gives this information. He said that he received this information from a book written by Cardinal Caro Rodriguez in Santiago, Chile, who wrote in 1925 a book called The Mystery of Freemasonry Unveiled. And in this book, in 1925, it is said that he wrote a letter to a man named Mazzini, in which he described this dream. And in the dream, he predicted 3 world wars. The First World War, he said, must be brought about, and I'm quoting from Albert Pike. The First World War must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the czars in Russia and of making that country a fortress of atheistic communism. The divergences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the British and German empires will be used to foment this war. At the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy the other governments and in order to weaken the religions. Now, students of history will know that Otto von Bismarck forged certain alliances between 1871 and 1898, which brought about this war, this World War I. And Otto von Bismarck here says that he was a co-conspirator with Albert Pike, and he was the one instrumental in bringing about the First World War. Well, that's the First World War. Then he dreams that there must be, he is given in this visionary dream, a Second World War. Now remember, this was in 1925 that it became public in this book written by a cardinal from Santiago, Chile, Rodriguez. He says, quote, the Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism will be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would then be restrained and held in check until the time when we would need it for the final social cataclysm. Well, there are some who may argue that the terms Nazism and Zionism were not known in 1871. You should remember, however, that the Illuminati invented both of these movements. In addition, communism as an ideology and as a coined phrase originates in France during the Revolution. In 1785, Restif coined the phrase 4 years before the Revolution broke out. Restif and Babeuf, in turn, were influenced by Rosé, as was the most famous conspirator of them all, Adam Weishaupt. Then he has this vision, in this vision, not only one world war and two world wars, but here comes the third world.
Now remember, we're going to Adam Weishaupt. We go back where? To the Rothschilds. Okay? All this Illuminati shit, this is them. In cahoots with the demi. So this is how you know these are soulless beings. Told you these people were created by the demiurge. They're soulless entities. They're just a bag of sticks. There's nothing inside. They're hollow inside. There's no soul. They're not from the creator. They're from this fucking devil thing. That's God and the devil in your Bible. So that's why when you think, oh, look at them. They predicted all these things. They predict shit. He just makes it happen because he can do whatever he wants to do because he's a soulless entity. Go ahead, Joker.
War, he says, and I quote, the Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. Yeah, that's what he says.
And who's fighting the war right now? The Zionists controlling us in America. Against what? Islamic world. That's what you see happening. To the T. Go ahead, Joby.
Please understand that. At least 1925. May go all the way back to 1871, as is purported to do, but at least it was written in a book and published in 1925. So he says, after World War I was just over a few years, and before World War II even started, he's now thinking about this Third World War, and it says that it will be caused by the differences between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the State of Israel, mutually destroy each other. That's what it says. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economic exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm in which, in all its horror, will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin and savagery, and of the most bloody turmoil. So he's against Christianity and he's against atheism. They're supposed to fight each other to the death, you see. Then, he says, everywhere the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization and the multitude, disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will, from that moment, be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowledge where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer. That's what he says. Brought finally out in the public view. So he's saying that Lucifer will finally make himself, the good guy. He's going to save the world from these atheists who don't believe in deity and from these Christians who believe in the good God.
Ain't got nothing to do with the Christian. That's all an illusion too. Ain't got to do with that Christian shit either. This is just, I'm pretty sure this is just it's like a sacrifice on a level to feed these demonic energies. And remember, these white people believe anything. They're gullible. They're soulless beings. So they believe they're fighting and trying to stop the Christianity, all that shit. So it's really just really like a play. It's really like a play. It's really like a play. Like good cop, bad cop. And at the end of the day, I think this entity gets some kind of like sick thrill out of it, where they can cause death and destruction and still harvest energy. That's some kind of energy harvesting going on.
This manifestation will result in the general reactionary movement which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. Well, I don't know if it's true, but I can tell you that it sure has played into what is being carried on in the Middle East today. And it looks like everything from World War I and World War II, with the development of the State of Israel, and with the Zionist movement and the Communist movement and the atheist movement, and the peppering down of persecution on the Christians of this world, it looks like that may be Lucifer's...
Pause for a second. All this stuff is to keep you guessing, not knowing how the world will keep, like, what the fuck is actually going on? What is happens to keep you guessing, not knowing what the hell, keep you like not knowing which way is up. Okay? And so, all this is really some fucking energy harvesting, killing people so these demonic entities can feed off energy. That's all this is about. Go ahead,
Let me go through the comments. That video is over. Let me go through the comments very quickly as we continue. Shout out to everyone once again with us on the chat. I see John Mosquito earlier was saying why people are just angry because the middle class is being eradicated. Very soon there will only be very rich and very poor. And also Jiba Jaba says, okay, Karibu says that these Lego videos are compelling. John Mosquito, 10 Speed Karibu says, kids talking about my president is going to drain the swamp, but we know the Rothschilds want Iran oil.
Man.
And,
we go take them off?
He also adds that they demolished Israel because it's time. They demolished Israel because it's time for the Jays to get the new location according to the Rothschilds. And that is Kenya, literally. They're coming to East Africa. They're already in South Africa. And then we also have John Mosquito says, notice the nuclear missiles represents the spine. And as for the Statue of Liberty, you already know. It's the words of Brother Keith. It's back-breaking. And Jiba Jaba says Titanic represents the Federal Reserve. Excuse me. And then John Mosquito says they're literally saying that they're taking America out of power. That is according to the videos we shared. 10 Speed says, if Israel is totally destroyed, what do you think is going to be the J's next move? I say Cuba or somewhere in South America. Well, Trump has already said Cuba is next. He's been openly saying after this war, Cuba is next. And I don't know personally, I don't know. That what I saw, there's someone who said what they're doing in Cuba is a test to see if the rest of the world is going to accept the same thing, like cutting out power, having people with no water and all that. It's like a testing ground of if the rest of the world is going to accept the same. Jibba Jabba also says, yeah, working. Thank you for tuning. Sister Monique.
Exactly, Joe. It's a testing ground.
John Moscow says they're already buying up land in other countries to relocate.
Yep.
They're in
They sure are. They sure are. Kenya, Uganda, South Africa, and Argentina. And also in Cyprus. Also off the coast of Cyprus. Yep.
And yeah, Jen Speed also says, great thought. What are we looking at on a spectrum? That douse was served in a ballroom at a war press. Trump, I think this Trump you're talking about. Trump Mosquito says deductive reasoning, in other words, using your brain. And then I also see as possessed by the lower animal nature. Monique also says, was that the thing, Barbara Bush? I didn't get that correctly. I think question that again, Monique, if that's a question. John Moscow says, God put him in my heart to stop listening to this guy. Lol. And Jibba Jabba says, so when Jesus comes, what the F is going to happen?
Exactly. Nothing. Exactly. Look, they're caught in the religious paradigm. What's going to happen? Absolutely nothing. Exactly. So what's he going to? They believe he's going to come and sword and fight people, and they're going to take them all to heaven. See, they do me a favor, Joe. Go because I've got what's that Bible verse? I know it's what they're doing. So say go to one where it says say. Let's see, mistranslation. Say, type this. Jesus saying that I will be with you to the end of days is a mistranslation of eon. These morons don't understand how many codex it was that the morons who were rewriting the shit for their own power. They kept fucking up the translations. Now they're thinking, oh, it's the end of ages, and Jesus will come back. And the whole thing about the rapture, that's the new shit. That's some more new shit they made up. That's not even what there is the Bible. That rapture shit, that's not even in the Bible. That's some more new shit they made up in the 200 years ago. Say it again, Joe. Say Eon.
Yeah, Ian. Yeah, can you?
Is it AEON? Eon is AEON, right? I think it's AEON.
AEON. Okay.
Yeah, I think Eon is AEON, I think. See what you get.
The Apostle John was one of Jesus' closest friends. In John chapter 4, verse 24, he records Jesus saying, God is spirit. In 1 John chapter 1, verse 5, John writes, God is light. In him there is no darkness at all. And
on TikTok or Google? Should I type that on TikTok or Google?
TikTok is fine. He's probably going to explain how all these morons keep thinking it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world.
And in 1 John 4, 8, John writes, God is love. I like those three verses. God is spirit, which means God is not a material, physical being. God is a spirit. But God is not a man. He's a personal being.
And God's not even a spirit. He's higher than any kind of spirit. So
who is spirit?
That's not the right definition, but go ahead.
The reason that I'm so grateful that God is spirit is, it means that God can be ever present. God can be in Calcutta, India, London, England, New York City, Los Angeles at the same time. Which means God has this ability to be with you and to be with me wherever we are. That brings peace. When you and I put our faith in Christ, when you and I trust in him, he promises in Matthew 28:20, surely I will be with you always, even to the end of the age.
See,
When
exactly.
Job suffered,
To the end of the age is eon, the end of the age. But their translation, they think it's to the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. And since you understand that Jesus is not real, he's talking about the eon means age. I'll be with you too. So this means this Christianity will be with you to the end of the Piscean age. End of the age, guys. Not the end of the world. And so since morons don't really know shit, and they go, Jesus come gonna be with to the end of the world. No, not. But go ahead, Joe.
asked a lot of hard questions. When God came to Job at the end of the book of Job, God does not answer one of those questions, but he does give Job a profound awareness of God's presence, that God is with you, Job. And that brought tremendous strength, courage, and comfort to Job. Do you know that God is with you? You can when you put your faith in Christ. For when you put your faith in Christ, he forgives you. He ties you into an eternal love relationship with the living God. And he promises never to leave you, never to forsake you. It is the witness of God that gives us the confidence that we are never alone. He is always with us. And then John writes in 1 John 1:5, God is light. In him there is no darkness at all, which means God is good to the core. God is holy. Holiness is the word the Bible uses to communicate the moral purity of God. There is not a trace of evil in God's character. There is no darkness in God, no dark side, the way there is in you and in me. That reassures us that God is never going to double cross us. God is never going to lie to us. God is never going to be hypocritical towards us. God is never going to be a self-righteous, arrogant twit. Instead, God is perfectly good and holy, but he is also gracious and forgiving and merciful. God's moral standards never change, but God understands that we have feet of clay, that we rebel against him, and he loves us in spite of that. He offers to forgive us in spite of the wrong that we have done. This is the God who you and I can trust. This is the God who you and I can build our lives on. And thirdly, not only does John write that Jesus said God is spirit, not only does John write that God is light, in him there is no darkness at all, but thirdly, John writes God is love in 1 John 4:8. Not meaning by that love is God. No, meaning by that God is a personal being who loves you.
Can you help me?
No.
That's good, Joe.
You get yourself in there, you can get yourself out.
Did Jesus really say to the thief on the cross that he would be with him in heaven on that very day? Luke 23:43.
Hey guys, I've been seeing this comment so much that I just have to say something. Jesus told one of the thieves on the cross, quote, "Today you will be with me in paradise,"
exactly,
equaling heaven. I understand people think that, but it doesn't equal heaven. You got to remember that Jesus didn't go to heaven the day he died.
He didn't go nowhere. He didn't never live. So, he didn't go nowhere because his whole story's fake. You know?
Another 3 days.
Listen. The story is fake. Okay, he didn't go no damn where. The story is fake. This is a psychosis. This is made up fake history. There's no bones. Nobody in the Bibles, nobody's body's ever been found. Ain't that funny? They're in the Holy Land digging over in that hole. Nobody been found. Nobody in the Bible existed. The story's talking about Abram, Isaac, and Joseph becomes Israel, right? He never existed because there's no slavery in Kemet. There's no bodies, no writings of any people coming and being slaves, Hebrews, and then going into Canaan. It's all made up. The story they created, this fake story of Hebrews, comes from the Africans writing it for the Greeks. As I told you in the first made-up Bible, when the white people were asking the Africans about their history and how old they were, because they didn't know how old they were, and the Africans were never going to tell them how old they were, because they said, you white people are stupid, you're morons. So they cooked up this fake story of, and all this slaves and Hebrews and all kind of goofy shit, right? And we know they did that because Hebrew is Greek. I've said it over and over again. Hebrew is Greek. There was no Hebrew language. And we know the Greek language, the white Greeks didn't have a language because they were illiterate, couldn't read and write. So we know the black people created the Greek language and also created the Hebrew language to create this fake made-up story to give to the white Greeks. Okay? We know that linguistically through science. That's why none of these people never exist. There's no fucking David and Solomon and none of this goofy shit. They never existed. Well, you can't find no artifacts, no graves, no nothing. None of these people existed. It's all made up. Egyptians made it up for the white man. Here you go. Go some shit. Go suck on that. It's all made up. And you know that because of the language, the linguistics. You know that's a fact because of because linguistically speaking, we know that Hebrew is Greek. And we know the Greeks couldn't read and write. Just like we know all these old fake ass philosophers of Socrates and Plato. They couldn't read and write. So what the fuck were they writing? There was no alphabet, no written language when you got Plato, Socrates, and what's the other, Aristotle, who goes into Kemet supposedly with Alexander the Great and supposedly write thousands of books, the books that he stole out of Kemet. So like they do. So you got a white man coming to Kemet and just say all these books are now mine and put his name on them. Aristotle wrote thousands of books. You know that's a lie because you couldn't humanly do that in a lifetime, especially when there was no Greek language. There was no Greek text. The Greeks were illiterate. So we know it's the Africans that created Greek, that created Hebrew. That's why Hebrew is Greek. It's all fake, got more. And Jesus died in 3 days and blah, blah, blah. All that made up shit. That's why you can never find no Jesus story until you get Constantine 300 years later after this dude supposedly died, but he's black. First they made him black, of course, because people black in that area. You know, he wasn't a white man yet, I guess. This black dude they made up called Jesus, right? Till white people got complete power, they made him white. But even the fake black one. They were making up a story describing the Christ. That's why everybody was a Christ before Jesus. Buddha was a Christ, black person. Krishna is a Christ. You know, I think Hare, you hear people doing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna meant black God. Christ. Christ means black. You're melanin. Raise your vibration, raise your melanin, right? Christ, Krishna, Christ. So Jesus is the latest Christ. They were creating. Christ is a title, not a person, right? So, I think what Chris mean? The black one, the black guy. Do this for me, Joe, real quick. Type in TikTok. Say, did Krishna mean the black God or the black one, or being saved by the black one? Because he was a Christ. That's what that means.
Phrase that again.
Krishna. Say was Krishna. That means no. So say did Krishna mean the black one? Black one or black? How you guys spell Krishna?
I got it.
C-R. Okay. Krishna Hari. Whatever you say that motherfucker's name.
The name itself means the black.
The black.
Long before later histories, India and Egypt shared the same sacred form.
People argue about this for centuries.
Because when you understand this, because only black people are considered gods, because you were the original people. So there was no white gods. You see all these fake white guys. You see fake white Allah, fake white. Remember, all these guys are before your Christianity, before your Islam and your Hebrew shit. You're only black gods. Because you black people are the original people. Every God is going to be black. So Christ meaning black. Christ, black. Not no white man walking around with a fucked up dirty robe with his asshole stinking.
Wow.
That's right. Wearing dirty robes means you stink, Joby. Sorry.
Damn, I didn't know. Shit.
Well, the name is already telling you.
From India to Australia to Africa to the Americas,
same judgment of dark-skinned ones, but also same strength.
It didn't mean the dark skin. It meant the black one. See, the dark. No dark skin one. The black one. Black. Go ahead, Joker.
It is not about the color of the skin.
There's always that. See, it's not about the color of the skin no more. We know it's the black. Not about the color of the skin. It is about the color of skin. Unless you wouldn't be upset about it. Go ahead.
If it was not about color, dark skin would not receive so much hatred.
Exactly. Not about the color.
Nagas, people think snakes too. No, that's a title, not animal. They were first people here. Aborigines. Builders. The Naga serpent lords.
They're all black. Exactly.
Soldiers from India go to Egypt. They see temples and say, this is Krishna. Same symbols, same proportions.
You see, what you now call gods were once men who studied themselves very deeply. After that, people get confused, very religious confusion. History is not secret.
Why do you look so surprised? The name is black, the stone is black. He is the most colorful incarnation, but his core is the dark, stormy sky.
You see, in this existence, anything that is larger than your perception tends to be blue, like the ocean or the sky. He is the basis of all inclusiveness. So we see him as blue, but his name is... His name says, he is the blackness of the void. You see?
People say Dravidian is small story. No, very big story. We come from our confederation, Egypt, Sumer, Kush. Same family, different addresses.
The Mahabharata speaks of sacred cities, divine dwellings, built beyond ordinary sight. These temples were never only stone. The Mahabharata is history, not myth. In the old songs, they said chariots of light came down right here. Arjun was taken up like a spark to a flame. And there, see that line of hills? That was not distance to them. That was the road. They called it Nivata Kavach, the city that even the gods could not breach. It floated above the clouds like a crown of stone and light. But Arjun... In the Mahabharata...
For Hindus, Krishna is black.
Krishna is black. It means black one, right?
Black. That literally means Krishna means black.
It means save me, black.
The black one.
Yo, save me, the black one. So how did Krishna mean save me, black? Yo, black. Save me, black. Yo, black. Save me.
Oh, black man. Like,
oh my God.
Exactly, all black.
We get it
See,
from the soul.
Pause it. It's all blackness, guys, and ancient antiquity. Everything's black and everybody's black. And you couldn't be sacred or divine unless you're black. So now you get a group of people created by the demiurge. Now everything is white and soulless. You understand this? Everything's now all of a sudden coming to the world that's non-black. Tell you to hate black, and your blackness is divine. That's your divinity, because that's your frequency. Blackness is not a color, it's a frequency. It's the God genetic, it's the God's frequency. That's what it is. So imagine this entity called the demiurge, the devil, whatever the fuck you want to call this wicked motherfucker. Now got you everything's hating black because blackness is divinity. It's the closest thing to creation. Because the creator universe is based in blackness and darkness. Not in any kind. Anything white is dying, is void. Nothing. And why you find everything that has white is diseased and fucked up. Okay? And that's why, these things were created. Things are created to keep you in a lower vibration, right? So as I learn more and more, so obviously we were trapped here, right? Because we're the ones with soul. So these entities feed off of us, feed off of our energy. So these things were created, these other entities were created to make sure we always reincarnate, to give this thing energy, always be. That's why everybody hates black people, hates blackness and all races, because that's to keep your vibration low, to keep you always dealing with hate and anger and to keep you all fucked up. That's what's going on. And since we constantly just born in this world, we think everybody's a human being like us. You understand why everybody hates us? What the fuck have we ever done to anybody? We don't know about the demiurge. We don't know nothing about this ancient science no more. But all this stuff is coming back because through ages of time, eons, this fucking entity can't keep the lies going. Because eventually the earth is going to be flooded with frequencies of knowledge, of gnosis, of knowing. And so that's what you have happening now. So I think with the age of awakening, I think this thing is just trying to amass die-off so it can get a big energy burst. That's what I think all this shit in the Middle East is about. Maybe something else. Withhold his ass. As you wake up, remember, the religion starts to die. There's no worshiping of this motherfucking thing no more. Your fear starts dissipating. You start knowing who you are. You're not ashamed to be black anymore. You know, blackness is division. You're not ashamed to be black. Someone say, you black. Say, you motherfucking right I am. Right? You don't live, no one can shame you for being black and African because you're the beginning of everything. Christ means black. The black one. They would say just the anointed one. It means the black anointed one. And it's a frequency, not a fucking white man walking around in a fucked up dirty robe. It means the black anointed one. They always want to leave out the black part. Christ, Christos, black. That's why Buddha was a Christ, black. Krishna is a Christ, black. Jesus was a Christ, black. You know his name wasn't Jesus, was no J yet, whatever the fucking Isu, whatever kind of fake name, whatever that goofy name is. For whatever. So that's what I see is happening right now. There's a vibrational shift happening. But go ahead, Jeff. Let him go and talk. Sorry about that.
First right here, Vishnu has said it. The Hare Krishna means save me, black man.
Black one. Black one.
Black one. Oh, hell no.
Krishna literally translates to being dark. So why is it that every single live action,
they got him white now,
any religious text or any Indian religious TV show, he's always
now they got white
by a fair-skinned actor?
Because you know why? Because you are the ones that were created by the demiurge who invaded all black areas. That's why you got white people running around calling themselves Arabs. You got white people running around and calling themselves Persians. You got white people calling themselves everything. You know, you people showed up 2 days ago. And you invaded black civilization and then claimed their identity. So that's why you see the Jesus is white. You see the Krishna is white. You see the Buddha is white. Or white, adjacent, white, Asian looking motherfucker. You people came in because you had no identity. You know, you were dropped off in all these caves and shit. You had no identity. So what we're dealing with mass identity theft and also amnesia from the black race. They don't know that the original Arabs are black. Original Indians are black. All you people are invaders. Original Europeans are black. Everything on the planet is black. African don't know that. He's like, oh, what? Huh? What? What? Huh? Yeah. And that's why you can't find out where the fuck do these people come from? You know, all the stories are a lie. You know, evolution's a motherfucking lie. You know, goddamn, the Adam and Eve story is a motherfucking lie. They made Adam and Eve white. And you know that's a goddamn lie.
Where did the black people come from? Crazy.
But the question should be, where did these other people come from, Joe?
Yeah,
because that's why they tell you everything back in ancient time is black. So the question is, where these other people just come from? Where the fuck do they come from with the canine teeth? They got canine teeth. These are facts.
Horns.
On, right? They got all this shit, yeah. They got monkey lips. Monkey butts. Means they don't got no butt at all. Huh? Yeah. No ass at all.
to dark, and he's been described in the scriptures as having dark skin and being akin to a reindeer. And yet, every single actor that I've seen that plays him is fair-skinned. And what it is plain and simple. It's just
say white. He's that fair-skinned white. They're white.
Hinduism, because Hinduism has never been discriminatory towards fair-skinned people or dark-skinned people. It's treated everyone as equal. But because of how societal norms have made it so that fair skin is sought after and desirable, they want to portray God as being beautiful and doing that via putting a fair-skinned person in his place. Whereas in all Hindu texts, everyone describes Krishna as beauty, but they all know he's dark-skinned. It's crazy that colorism has pervaded our religion, and it's tainting our religion as well, because Hinduism doesn't propagate any of this. But the way that Indian society is shaped over time to discredit darker skinned people.
Because Hinduism, what you call it, wasn't called Hinduism. It wasn't started by the people you see there today. Those white light Indians. Indians was called Brahman. It was called Brahmanism was called Brahma, study of Brahma, right? That was created by the African, not the motherfuckers you see over there today. Of course, they took it and made them white, made them like a white Indian. Same way the white Christian made the fake Jesus, made him white. That's what you see. They show him white and walking through. It's mind control. That's why you had the people stoning people in Kenya. We say, hey, you know, this white Jesus is fake. He really was a black man. Oh, what? Minds go crazy. They don't know any real history. So, you have a group of people show up from nowhere. No one knows where the fuck these motherfuckers come from. Then they change all these deities from black to white. That's what you see in all these white Buddha's white, or white Asian, or white Indian, Christians are white Indian, all these white Indian motherfuckers. Jesus a white Caucasian from Europe. How's this a white man in Northeast Africa at this time? Don't worry about it, it is. But at this time, when there was nothing but niggas down there, that's right. He was the only white man there. So what? Damn, okay. All right, shit. Go ahead, Joe.
There's a certain type of person that catches just a little more flack, a little more hate, a little more public scrutiny for being who they are. That person is dark as fuck, black, shadow maxed to the shadow realm.
Damn.
You feel me?
He's got many beards. Damn. Ew.
When I'm talking.
Okay, my bad for putting that back.
I thought you guys like the beard. That old dusty ass beard.
This is too much.
When you start talking, they're gonna
damn sure too much to me. That itchy ass shit.
They're gonna hate you. They're gonna smear blood all over your dead body after they've killed you. No, I'm just kidding. That last part was a little far. But they're not gonna like you when you start opening your mouth too much, okay? So take that energy, take the hatred, and understand that it's just as powerful as the love. I'm being so for real right now. They're not gonna like you when you start coming up, when you start showing out, when you start putting your fucking face where your face belongs, in front of the masses. They're not gonna like you. They're gonna love you.
What is that? Stop that, Joe. What is that? Since we're going there. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me see. Say, go ahead. Go this last one. Go ahead.
Color is bad color. Krishna is the word for black in Sanskrit. And it also has another meaning, most attractive. If you go to any temple in India, all the deities in the south of India, all the deities are from black stones. In the colonial era, they used to think black means bad. It's a black spot in your character, means you have done something wrong. In the Orient, that is never the case.
And if you guys go to India, it's one of the most racist, fucked up countries on the planet. Racist as fuck. The Arabs are racist as fuck. The Indians are racist as fuck. That's why I laugh when all the Indians were living in Israel, working for them, trying to go in them bomb shelters, and them white Jews said, no, get the fuck out, get bombed. Fuck you. You can't get in this damn. You can't get in this damn shelter. Get your Indian ass out of here.
spot is always.
All right.
Get over there. His voice annoys me. Say Putin. Say Putin opens up the vault of black deities, or just black Jesus. Say Putin opens up the vault on black Jesus. You know, all these deities were black first, especially when these motherfuckers had no power. They in the caves all fucked up. You know. So what you see is a systematic change of mind control. When they got power, they started whitewashing everything to make themselves be the gods.
The story of Christ, the image made without hands. It takes us back 2,000 years to the time of Jesus himself, when there was a man named Abgar. He was the king of Edessa, but he suffered from leprosy. And when he heard of Christ's reputation as a great healer, he sought to have Christ heal him. Well,
now,
by the time he got word to Jerusalem,
leprosy means you turn from black to white. Right? Leprosy was a white thing. You was becoming white. You were a leper, which was considered a disease. Anybody white was diseased. Go ahead, Joe.
Jesus had already been arrested, perhaps even crucified by that point. And so Jesus was not able to go to Abgar. But what happened instead was an image of Jesus upon a cloth was brought to King Abgar. And when King Abgar gazed upon that image, then he was healed of his leprosy. He actually was healed about 90%. The remaining remnants of his leprosy were healed in the waters of baptism shortly thereafter. Now, Abgar was very faithful.
Now, I want you to listen to all these made-up baloney stories. Ain't none of that shit he talking about happened. None of it. It's all made up. It's all conjecture. It's all fake. It's all made up. And so you can imagine the mind of a child listening to that shit. Oh, we killed him from this, and Abgar did that. And none of these motherfuckers he's talking about ever existed in life. Ever. It's some made up bullshit. It's mind control. I want to go to Putin. Go ahead. Let me see what this guy doing. Go ahead, Joe.
He placed the image of Christ, made without hands, on a board and put it at the city gate so that all who were coming and going could reverence it. But
and then you know it's one, because now when they especially do the images, they show the same fake looking white man, Caesar Borgia, which we know that's who they made the white man look like, right? The new fake Jesus, the homosexual son of the Pope, right? That's the image you see everywhere around the world, is the homosexual Caesar Borgia, who was in there literally sucking cock. Okay, literally. So you got the homosexual who's now the face of Jesus globally. Okay? That's a fact. That's a fact. So he's probably gonna show you that image. Say, yeah, this image, what if that cured somebody from fucking leprosy? Some homosexual sucking penis. Look at you talking about.
We told you that ancient black Jesus icons depicting Jesus, the Virgin Mary, and King Solomon with dark skin have been hidden for centuries. Russia revealed these powerful icons, and they're sparking a global conversation about history, race, and religious art. These iconic images date back to the 14th century, with the first known painting of Christ found in Syria around 235 AD, showing him with dark skin and woolly hair. Fast forward to 2024, and
you know
Vladimir
why?
Putin.
Because at that time, those inhabitants, like you just saw 900 years ago, we just showed you the picture of Israel with all those black people. But back then, 2,000 years ago, they said they found that picture, well, almost 2,000, 1,800 years ago, black people were there. Not the people you see today, claiming to be Arabs and Jews, and Palestinians and all that fuck shit, and Ethiopians and fucking Egyptians. None of those fake people were there. So of course the image of Jesus is black, not this white motherfucker homosexual that was the son of the Pope. Go ahead, Joe.
Covered a 16th century Black Jesus icon, igniting efforts to restore and promote these remarkable pieces of art. But why is this so important? These images challenge the Western portrayal of Jesus as white, shining a light on the diversity in early Christian art.
Recently, President Putin.
Look, you put up, listen, you put that black Jesus in all these white people churches, they'll give up Christianity tomorrow. What? Worship a nigga? A nigga? Man, fuck that Christianity shit. I'm done with that shit. Go ahead, Joe.
Things they have from their archives, they say 1,000 years in their archives, and they showed that Sayyidina Isa salam to be dark-skinned.
Yeah.
And images that are associated with
they keep saying they keep trying to say dark skin like a dark skin Indian. No, show it to be an African. How about that? Don't ever say African or black. You know, dark skin. Hell, you got Indians with dark skin. He's not no fucking Indian. He's an African by his woolly hair. Not dark skin, just say African. Go ahead, Joe.
Isa alayhi salam, dark skinned. And from what we told from Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Sayyidina Musa salam was very dark skinned.
Yeah, your Muhammad, no, your Muhammad, if he lived in a time period, that's another made up cartoon shit, right? He'd be African because Arabs, that's not a race, that's the African culture in Northeast Africa. So those were Africans, not the white Arab you see today. That's Northeast Africa. That was an African culture of black Africans. Okay? So if he wasn't Muhammad, he was a motherfucking African. Go ahead, Joe.
Now these ulama are finally admitting out of 124,000, 70,000 dark-skinned prophets. Means with Islam lies the truth.
Then why, if you know these prophets are African, you know they all have not dark-skinned African. Why are you motherfuckers so racist? Huh? Go ahead, Joe.
Others, they put a deception, what we call kufr, that to know a truth and
there was no white prophet.
Deceive a people.
There were no white prophets ever.
Make a certain race of people as if they're more important than others.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of Russia, today, we stand on the precipice of a monumental revelation, a moment that redefines not only our understanding of history, but also the path forward for our great nation. In an extraordinary discovery hidden beneath centuries of lore and legend, we have opened what can only be described as the oldest vault known to mankind. What we found within its ancient confines challenges the very fabric of our beliefs and heralds a new dawn for our country. Within this vault, we discovered figures of biblical proportions, characters that many have read about, debated, and revered. These figures, preserved against the sands of time, reveal a truth that is as profound as it is transformative. They are all black. This revelation, this undeniable truth stands before us not as a contradiction to our faith, but as a testament.
Putin says no. It's undeniable that this picture was a black man. He's still gonna put your ass on the front line too. Did you get blown up? Because they know that shit ain't real. You know, yeah, this is a black man, he's Jesus. So what? I'm putting your ass on the front line. Get this work, nigga. Get out there and fight the war.
Faith embodies. As your president, I see this moment not as a challenge to our beliefs, but as an opportunity to embrace a wider, more inclusive understanding of our history and spirituality. Russia, in its rich tapestry of cultures, traditions, and peoples, is uniquely positioned to lead the world into this new era of understanding and acceptance. From this day forward, let us proclaim our nation under the guidance of Black Jesus, a figure who represents not just the cornerstone of Christian faith, but also a symbol of the universal values of love, compassion, and brotherhood. This Black Jesus, whose likeness and history have been unveiled.
You better not take that Black Jesus to Kenya. They're gonna stone you.
This vault is a message to us all that divinity knows no color, that spiritual truth transcends race, and that our common humanity binds us more tightly than our differences divide us. Let this discovery remind us that history is not just the story of those who wield power, but also of those whose contributions have been overlooked or forgotten. It challenges us to re-examine what we know, to question our assumptions, and to open our hearts to the broader possibilities of understanding and faith. As we embark on this journey of discovery and understanding, let us do so with open minds and compassionate hearts. Let us build a nation that truly reflects the teachings of the Black Jesus, a nation that stands for justice, equality, and love for all, regardless of race or creed.
That's the
Regardless of race, but you niggas get on the front line and go die.
Yep. With us on the chat, John Vito earlier was saying, why people believe anything repeatedly sold to them, they were created to be easily manipulated.
Exactly. That's what you're saying. Exactly. I mean, they were created to cause damage. They're created to be wicked and evil. What they are. That's what they are. Okay. That's why they don't have a soul. They are an empty shell. So they're easily manipulated because they're hollow inside. There's nothing there but the motherfucking demiurge. They were created to house demonic, low vibration. I don't want to say the word demonic. They were created to house low vibrational energy. That's why you'll see no empathy when they blow up kids and shoot them in the head. Oh well, shot in the, you don't feel anything? Well, shot in the head. What can I do? There's no empathy. It's always evil. Go ahead.
Says Mark Twain said it is easier to believe a lie than to believe. To be convinced, you have to. Let me read that again. It is easy to believe a lie than to be convinced you have been
lied to. Exactly. It's easy to believe. Exactly. It's easy because nobody wants to believe that they're a fool. So it's easy to exactly. Easier to believe a lie than believe somebody lied to you. Exactly right.
And I see you saying that Doshi is a feminine hygiene aid or a stupid man. Okay, thank you for that knowledge. Jabba also says if he doesn't return, he'll say, "What the f am out of here, a bunch of fools." Oh, I'm out here, a bunch of fools. I think that's what you meant. And I also see Jibba John Mosquito says that this is like watching the TBN, the God's channel. Is it TBN or TBC? I have to call TBC. Was it TBN? I think I'm familiar with that type of because
TBN is that Christian channel. What was it? The Trinity Broadcasting Network? The Trinity TBN. All them goofy preachers and pastors up there every different show talking about Jesus every damn day.
We had D. Jackson, we had Joel Austin, we had
then I got, I'm sure I know you're gonna say that Kenneth Copeland guy. That Kenneth Copeland as a white guy. I think he just killed himself. That Kenneth Copeland commit suicide. What up, Joe? That Kenneth Copeland commit suicide. He's a big evangelical losing. When you see his face, I know that guy. No, you do. Fake Jesus, motherfucker. Yeah, say Kenneth Copeland. Copland.
I don't know him. Copeland.
Did he kill himself or not?
Let me see. Just a minute. Let me check.
Okay.
I'm checking.
Well, everybody know that's another big time charlatan ass making millions of dollars.
Based on available records of early 2026, the claim of that Kenneth Copeland has committed suicide is false.
Okay, it's false. He's still living. If somebody come out, lock him up, all the money stole, please goop him up.
Yeah,
he's the one who told you too. If you don't give him no money, you don't give him money for a new jet. Jesus was gonna take him home.
Wow.
You don't give me more money for a new plane, new jet. Jesus gonna take me home. I said, let him come get you. Let him come get your ass. That's right.
I also see Jarake Karibu, nice to see you. Was saying Alexander the Greek, and John Mosquito says died on 3 days. I thought he resurrected in 3 days. Yo, all that story is made up. That's why you can see it's not even making sense to you. Jabba Jabba says, why is Easter on a different weekend each year?
Easter, yeah. Exactly. Why does Easter change every fucking year? If this dirty road motherfucker woke up at the same time, why is the damn Easter on a different damn day? Did he die the same day? Why is Easter always on a different day every year? I said that too when I was a kid. I asked my grandma that she popped me in my mouth. You don't question God, boy. All right? Crazy bitch.
Jibba Jabba says, or questions, is the biblical flood an allegory for this frequency?
Well, there was never a worldwide flood. That's why archaeology never can find it. There's never been any worldwide flood. That's why there was never no fucking Noah, or what was his real name? Astrahasis. Astrahasis was his real name. They changed his name in the Bible, called Noah. Then you got these motherfuckers thinking about. They think these 3 kids, Shem, Japheth, and Ham, created the rest of the world people. Okay, so how'd you have a black person? So who was? So you trying to tell me one guy was white, Shem was remember they say Ham was black. That's what a black Ham black was Shem white and Japheth, was he Chinese? Was he the Asian? Was he the Asian? Huh? So where the East Indians come, the whole story is stupid. It's not even, you ain't gotta be smart, you just rip it apart because it's not, you can't even say that these 3 people created all the different types of people on the planet. It doesn't make any sense. It's crazy talk, right? It's like, okay, from 3 people you get East Indians, Africans, Asians, and Caucasians. How'd that happen? You know, you're like, nah, this is baloney, this is fake. So, you know, the story just don't make any sense. Like when you got when we do Adam and Eve, we're about to wrap it up, guys. Remember when we do Adam and Eve, right? And they say, oh, Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel. Cain kills Abel, then Cain leaves. How does Cain leave and go have a wife and have kids and shit? There's nobody in the planet but them. Is it Cain goes off and marries? Marries who? From where? There's only 2 dudes on the planet. Is he sticking his dick in a rock? Having babies? What are you talking? That was the whole story breaks down because it's stupid. So you got only these 2 people on the planet. Can't have 4 people then. Cain and Abel. So we know Cain is not having sex with Eve as. Okay, she's the only woman on the planet. Who's he going off into the land of, maybe goes out to the land of Nod and has kids? With who? With what? Whole story is fucking stupid. But they kept everybody like childlike knowledge. I'm saying critically think. Okay, he goes off to the land of Nod and it gets married. Gets married to what? Where'd the woman come from? Who's her parents? Where's her parents at? You know, story don't even make any fucking sense. Because it's stupid. That's why. Because it's a lie. Right there from the beginning of the story, you should know it's a lie. Because you got to quickly think. You know? Where's he go out and find this woman from? And marries her and have kids. What? Magic, yeah. So, you know, he jerked them off and came out of his nutsack.
Wow.
What we talking?
Nice to see you, Sister Michelle. Also, I see you. See Jabba was saying the Shroud of Turin is a fake, and
it is a fake. That's how you know exactly. And the funny part about it, remember they kept in the Shroud. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Then they got all these Shroud of Turin. Could it be real? Could it be fake? We know it's fake because you got a white man on the goddamn on a dirty towel. That's how we know it's a fake. Could this be Jesus? Could Jesus washed his face on this towel and got his face imprinted? What? No, he couldn't, because he know he didn't look like this motherfucker here. That's how. Their racism, and it just goes everything with them. But go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap right there.
Much love, family.
Thank you so much to everyone who has been with us. Sister Michelle, Karibu, and thank you for tuning in. I think you're going to be catching this on a replay in case you're just tuning in. If not, I hope you've enjoyed the show. To everyone, kindly hit that like button as you leave.
Hit the like button. Make sure you guys go to Google Play Store. I forgot to do this all the time. Go to Google Play Store. If you guys have any kind of Android phone, right? And download our free app, Black Cot Fire Network, where you get to see Joby 24 hours a day doing the shows on there. Oh damn, I didn't put the new ones on this week. Wow, god damn, forgot. Well, I put the old ones on from last week. I ain't put the new ones on from last week. Damn. But anyway, you know, got all the latest shows and everything. You got Christine's articles. Christine's putting the articles on there every day or every other day. So
yeah, so much love, and of course I'm sure you donate in case you're enjoying the shows. Kindly
donate. This shit ain't cheap. I need money. There you go. Hit that cash. I'm gonna do my Dr. Umar. Hit that cash app, family. I don't see that cash app. Hit that cash app, family.
And it does really help. So see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Have yourselves a beautiful.
That's how I was happy to see Jiraki's money. Thank you, Jiraki. Like, man, I need that shit. That pays some Black Out Fire bills, but I'm like, shit. Thank God. I don't even know. I've been needing that shit. Cause look, if this war don't stop, let me say something, Joe, before you put the music. If this war don't stop, guys, we're gonna be some hard time. No, my job's gonna be affected, and I haven't built stuff fast enough to make sure everybody stays employed. At Blackout Fire, there's gonna be some people getting fired. And this war don't stop, because what I do is going to drain up all my business. Is people not going to be afford to buy what we bring them, right? So business is going to stop. So we're in very serious times here. It's crazy. So, so much love, guys.
Much love, family. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace, and we're out.